What's up, YouTube? Special shout out to the subscribers here on the channel, and welcome to another weekly vlog where I'm here to talk through all of the training I'm doing to prepare for Ironman Texas coming up in April of 2026. Now, still a long time between now and April 2026, and so I'm not quite focusing on Ironman distance training at the moment. I'm actually looking to focus on getting stronger and faster over the next couple of weeks here. And I'm really putting that into practice by doing some sprint distance triathlons. Did my first one 3 weeks ago at Sylvan Beach, my first one of the season. Had a great race, and now I have two more sprint races coming up, one at the end of July and another at the end of August. So while I'm here in Connecticut for a few weeks, I've been trying to take advantage of the different terrain and really get out and do some running on hills, do some biking on hills, and I think I got a lot of good training done last week. So I'll talk about all the training that I did the last week, and then I'll talk about some of the training I'd like to do coming up. I'm not on a training plan right now. I've taken a little bit of a break from working with my coach, just kind of time off after many years of day in, day out, week in, week out, having this training schedule. So I'm kind of flying on my own right now, but I do feel like it's been a really productive. So let's take a look at how last week's training went, starting with our swim on Monday. 2,000 yards, kept it nice and easy. I did a lot of drills on Monday. And then after that session in the pool, I went out for a 2 mile really easy run. So Monday was sort of the last day, I feel like, of sort of recovery focused training after my last race in Sylvan Beach. I took a little bit more than a week without doing any intensity, and it really felt good to sort of take that much time to sort of recover. Also take a little bit of time to get used to a different bike. I'm using my road bike here in Connecticut, and also just like the hills are so challenging coming from an area like Houston where I'm never doing any elevation. I really took my time over the last 10 days or so to get my body used to the idea of climbing and running uphill and even downhill too. So Tuesday, I feel like last week was my first sort of real day of back to the grindstone, challenging training, not focused on recovery. Now I'm trying to, kick my own butt again a little bit and try to get ready for this next sprint race. On Tuesday morning, I did week 4 strength training. I am in week 4 of the WUCAR Fit strength training program. 12-week program. I'm really happy with how it's going so far. And yeah, last week was week 4. I had a strength session on Tuesday morning. Was pretty challenging. A lot of movements that I'm getting more and more used to. Push-ups, pull-ups, some squats, also some unilateral stuff like step-ups. I was even doing some box jumps, things like that on Tuesday morning. Really enjoying the WUCAR Fit strength training. Got on my bike and did like a pretty high effort, high zone 2 ride. No intervals, but really just tried to, sort of get up these hills a little bit faster. Got my heart rate up a little bit at that ride, and then I got off the bike and did a pretty decent pace run as well. Again, I'm trying to get out of recovery mode and start pushing. Average power on the bike was 203, so that's in my zone 2. And average pace on that run was 7:45 with a little bit of elevation gain. Got 100 feet of elevation gain on the run. Wednesday, I had what I consider to be, probably the best swim I've had in months. I haven't swam more than 2,000 yards or so since I did Ironman Texas back in April. Obviously, on race day, I did 2.4 miles, just over 4,000 yards, and I haven't swam more than half of that since. So on Wednesday, got in the pool and did sort of this workout I'm really familiar with. It's 8 by 125 twice, so 16 by 125. Rounded out with 3,000 yards, and I believe my average pace was under 140 on that one, which was, 147, but that's including all the drills and all that. I think my average freestyle pace was somewhere around 139 for that 3,000, and I'm really happy with that. Again, I feel like that's probably like the best swim I've had, in a while. So off of that swim, I did another easy run. I've been taking these runs very easy because I'm just not used to running up and downhill. So on to Thursday, I had the second strength training session of the week. Thursday's strength training session was like a lot simpler than I was expecting. It was just ladders of pull-ups, air squats, and push-ups. So it only took me about 30 minutes to go through that, but I'll take it. And I felt really good to get on my bike on Thursday. I felt like it was time to try to push the time in the saddle a little bit on my road bike. So did my longest ride so far at an hour and 26 minutes, more than 1,000 feet of elevation gain on that ride as well, and felt pretty good. I think I also averaged around 200 watts on that one too. 196 average watts, so similar average power, but almost twice as long as Tuesday's ride. Feeling a little bit better, finding more routes to ride around here as well. Friday, back to the pool, third swim of the week. That put me up above 7,500 yards of swimming for the week, and I really feel good about that. I think that for me personally, I think I forgot this recently, but I think I really need to be swimming 8,000 plus yards per week to feel like my best in the pool. I think 10,000 yards a week is sort of like a gold standard where, like, if I'm swimming 10,000, I'm like really good, but 8,000 is pretty good as well. And I think in the last few weeks, I really have been doing a lot of short swims, and I think that I was sort of missing out on some of the benefits of swimming by not swimming as long, but I'm trying to get back into it. I'm trying to do another 3 swims this week and try to keep that yardage up close to 8,000. Above that, the better. And yeah, feeling good about all the swims I got done last week, especially Wednesday's swim. That was really good. So on Saturday, I had a long day at the Lake Compounce Amusement Park to get ready for. So I normally would like to go on a little bit of a longer run on Saturdays, but I really wanted to save a little bit of energy for walking around the amusement park. Did a 4.5 mile run on Saturday, easy pace, and it was challenging to keep in that easy pace range considering the elevation. Again, I keep complaining or talking about this elevation, but I have been training in Houston for 6 years. I'm just not used to running up and down hill, and still really enjoying the process of sort of getting used to that. So Saturday's workout, shorter run, more push-ups, more pull-ups. And then yesterday I went out and did the longest ride that I've done since I've been training here. Longest ride on the road bike in a very long time. Just about 2 hours of riding and over 1,500 feet of elevation gain on that one as well. Average power a little bit lower, but I wasn't trying to go out there and kill it or anything. 187 watt average, which is still in my zone 2. Heart rate nice and under control, and 1,500 feet of climbing. If you add up all of the elevation for all of the climbing I did last week, it actually comes out to grand total of, I just added it up, 3,796 feet of elevation gain on the bike across 3 rides. So I know that's not much, but for this, Houston, Texas based triathlete, that's almost 4,000 feet of elevation more than I'm normally doing in a week. So I feel good about that. Moving on to this next week, like I mentioned earlier, I don't have a training plan right now, but that's not slowing me down. I'm looking forward to getting back with my coach when I get back to Houston and getting together to put together a training plan moving forward. But for this next week, I'm going to try to do more of the same. I really want to get in the pool 3 times, maybe add an open water swim, get that like 4th swim. That might happen this week. That would be nice. Looking to get out on that road bike a little bit more. Maybe do a couple of hour 15-minute rides. Like, instead of 45-minute ride on Tuesday, maybe I'll do hour 15 tomorrow. I'm trying to build up my volume on the road bike while I'm here, and hopefully I can do some like 40, 50-mile rides this coming weekend or the weekend after that. So I feel like I'm leaving running out a little bit. I haven't been doing any intervals. I'm really just doing a lot of easy running, about 20 miles a week, which is just kind of maintaining, run fitness. And of course, I have week 5 of the WUCAR strength training program to do this week as well. So plenty of training lying ahead. I'll be here next Monday to talk through how all of it went. And in the meantime, if you have anything you'd like to add here, the discussion in the comments section, I would love to hear it. And I appreciate you taking the time to check out the video today. I'll see y'all next week. Take care.